Palma wore the morning like a kindness, the kind that asks for nothing in return. The harbor held the light without a hurry, and I held you the way the patient learn. You poured the coffee with your eyes still sleepy, and pushed the cup toward me without a word. And all the years between us on that table were softer than the morning we had heard. Morning in Palma, gold and slow, where the tired heart finds somewhere it can go. I never knew a morning could feel this kind, until your quiet hand helped ease my mind. You looked at me above the harbor light, and everything that hurt felt less than right. Even the sea forgot its usual tide. It stayed beside us, quiet and wide. If all the years become a shelf of days, keep this one morning behind the finest glass. The coffee and the harbor and your hands, the light, the quiet, and the love that lasts. Morning in Palma, gold and slow, where the weary find the rest they need to know. I never knew that love could feel this still, until the Palma morning gave its fill. You smiled once above the morning sea, and the whole harbor kept its peace for me. And even the cathedral on the hill rang softer just because we both stood still. Harbor golden, morning calm, I found your love like an open palm. The cove was green and still before we spoke, the kind of green that old eyes recognize. You took your shoes off on the warm stone quietly, and I remembered you through younger eyes. We did not need to say what brought us here. The water said it better than we could. Two people at a cove in the late summer, still finding what they always knew was good. The Cove at Calador, green and near, where the tired heart finds what it needs to hear. I never knew that stillness could feel healing until the green cove gave its quiet meaning. You leaned against the warm stone in the sun, and all the years between us became one. Even the water at the shallow edge came softer near us on the rocky ledge. If rest has a cove of green to hold, then keep this Calador morning near. The stone, the water, your hand in mine, the stillness that we came here to find. The Cove at Calador, green and near, where the weary find the rest they hold most dear. I never knew a cove could feel like home until the green water ceased to roam. You smiled once above the morning sea, and Calador kept everything for me. And even the pine above the cliff held still as if it too had found its gift. Green cove and morning stone, I found your hand and felt less alone. Blossom found us in the valley before we thought to look for anything. You broke a small white bloom from the low branch and said it smelled like the beginning of spring. I thought of all the mornings we had wasted on things that never asked us to return, and how this one small blossom in the valley was more than all the lessons we could learn. Orange blossom in solar white and kind, the finest thing a tired heart can find. I never knew that white could mean forgiving until the blossom gave its reason for living. You held the flower close without a word. and the whole valley gave what we had heard. Even the old tram bell in the square rang softer for the blossom in the air. If sweetness has a valley to be kept, then fold this solar morning in the warm. Your hand, the blossom, the quiet between us, the white that came before the afternoon storm. Orange blossom in Sóller, white and kind, where the weary heart leaves something hard behind. I never knew a blossom could feel like grace until Sóller gave its most unhurried place. You smiled once above the orange grove, and the whole valley gave what the heart wove. And even the mountain behind the trees came closer in the warm and gentle breeze. Orange morning, blossom white, I found your love and felt right. Fisherman came in before we woke and left the harbor with the morning done. You poured the coffee at the harbor table and pushed it toward me out of habit, hun. We have done this in so many harbors, through so many years of finding what stays true. And still the coffee and the quiet harbor are the finest things I find beside you. The old port of Alcúdia, salt and gold, where the love that lasts is quietly retold. I never knew a harbor could feel honest until you made the ordinary finest. You wrapped your hands around the coffee cup, and all the harbor filled the morning up. Even the pelican beside us on the stone decided it had nowhere left to roam. If love has a harbor where it rests, then fold this Alcúdia morning in. Your hands, the coffee, the quiet boats, the harbor and the life we chose to begin. The old port of Alcúdia, salt and gold, where the years between us gently unfold. I never knew that love could feel this warm until the harbor gave us back the form. You smiled once above the fishing boats, and all the morning found its quiet notes, and even the turquoise bay around the quay held still a moment longer for the day. Harbor salt and morning gold, I found your love and felt less old. The mountain in the morning asked for nothing, just that we come and breathe and let things go. You leaned out from the terrace of the Finca and let the mountain do what mountains know. I thought of all the years of noise behind us, of everything that wore the quiet down, and how this single mountain in the morning was quieter than any place in town. The Tramuntana in June, gray and white, where the weary leave their burdens on the hillside. I never knew that stone could feel like shelter until the mountain gave its warmth in swelter. You breathe the morning air with eyes half closed, and the whole range gave what the tired heart supposed. Even the shepherd on the path below moved slower for the morning's gentle glow. If shelter has a mountain made of stone, then keep this Tramuntana morning near. Your breath, the Finca terrace, the cool air, the mountain and the quiet we found here. The Tramuntana in June, gray and white, where the love that endures finds its steepest tide. I never knew a mountain could feel like rest until the Tramuntana gave its best. You smiled once above the ancient stone, and the whole range made the morning feel like home. And even the valley below the cliff held still as if it too had found its gift. Mountain morning, ancient stone, I found your love and came back home. Café in Deià knew what we needed before we pulled our chairs up to the view. The sea below was dark and barely sane, and everything about the morning new. You ordered for us both without consulting, which is the finest thing that love becomes, when years have made the choosing into knowing, and silence speaks in place of all the sums. A cafe in Deià, still and high, where the love that knows you needs no reason why. I never knew a cafe could feel sacred until Deià gave its morning unabated. You stirred the coffee with the smallest spoon, and the whole village rang its quiet tune. Even the olive tree outside the door seemed glad we had been here so many times before. If love has a table at the top, then fold this Deià morning in the warm. Your order, the coffee, the sea below, the knowing and the love that keeps its form. A cafe in Deià, still and high, where the tired heart finally says goodbye to all the weight it carried through the years, until Deià gave its morning without fears. You smiled once above the silver olive, and all of Deià gave what it could give, and even the sea below the village edge kept still a moment longer on the ledge. Village cafe, olive shade, I found your love and was not afraid. The lavender came into the evening before either of us thought to close the door. You sat upon the terrace in the cooling, the way you have so many times before. And I brought the last glass of the evening and sat beside you without needing words, because the lavender was saying something more completely than we two had heard. Lavender evening at the Finca, soft and near, where the tired heart finds what it needs to hear. I never knew that purple could mean been resting until the Finca lavender gave its blessing. You breathe the purple in above the terrace, and the whole hillside gave its quiet solace. Even the swallows at the evening rafter flew quieter for the peace we found thereafter. If evenings have a lavender to keep, then fold this Finca evening in the best. Your glass, the cooling air, the purple road, the terrace and the love that lets us rest. Lavender evening at the Finca, soft and near, where the love that stays is always standing here. I never knew an evening could feel this known, until the lavender made the hillside home. You smiled once above the purple road, and all the Finca let the evening go. And even the harbor far below the hill went darker in a way that felt like still. Lavender evening, purple light, I found your love and felt right. The market gave us only what was real, the bread, the figs, the herbs tied up with string. You moved between the stalls without a purpose, the way that being loved makes everything. An old woman sold her eggs without assistance. You bought 2 dozen without asking why. And I thought of all the ordinary mornings that turned out to be how we said goodbye to all the rushing that had worn us thin. The market was the place we could begin, the market in Sineu, warm and old, where the love that lasts is quietly retold. I never knew a market could feel honest until you made the ordinary finest. You held the fig above the morning light, and everything between us felt right. Even the old woman with her careful hands smiled for the love that finally understands. If love has a market where it rests, then keep this Sineu Wednesday at the front. Your fig, the bread, the old woman's hands, the morning and the ordinary that we want. The market in Sineu, warm and old, where the weary heart comes in from the cold. I never knew a morning could feel like grace until the market gave its unhurried place. You smiled once above the morning star, and the whole market answered every call. And even the square around the old church gave back the morning from its oldest search. Market morning, your hand in mine, I found the love that stood the test of time. You went into the water before I did, the way the brave go first without a plan. I watched you from the warm stone of the shoreline, and loved the way you moved as only you can. You swam toward the center of the stillness, and then you turned and waved back at the shore. And I thought of all the times you had turned toward me, and how I never needed anything more. Swimming at Formentor, clear and still, where the love that endures finds its quiet fill. I never knew that water could feel like trust until you waved across the bay at us. You turned and waved, and the whole cove knew that everything between us had come true. Even the old pine above the rocky shore seemed grateful for the love it held in store. If love has a bay where it begins, then keep this Formentor morning near the top. Your wave, the clear water, the warm stone, the swimming and the love that will not stop. Swimming at Formentor, clear and still, where the Mallorca morning gives its finest fill. I never knew a bay could feel like home until you waved and I was not alone. You smiled once above the morning cove, and the whole bay held the love we wove. And even the mountain above the water's edge stayed still to hold the love upon the ledge. Clear bay, your morning wave, I found the love that kept me safe. Turn so slowly in the morning, the way that patience turns without a fuss. And I thought of all the years we had been turning, through everything the world had given us. You leaned against the oldest of the windmills and looked across the plain without a word. And I stood beside you in the warm June silence, which was the finest thing I had ever heard. The windmills of Es Pla, slow and old, where the love that endures is quietly retold. I never knew a windmill could feel patient until you stood beside one most ancient. You rested on the stone in the warm morning, and the whole plain gave its quietest adorning. Even the almond trees along the pathway stood still as if they too had found a safe way. If love has a plane of gold to keep, then fold this Es Pla morning in the warm. You're leaning, the windmill, the quiet plain, the standing still together in the warm. The windmills of Es Pla, slow and old, where the weary heart finds somewhere to be bold. I never knew a plain could feel like rest until you made the windmill morning best. You smiled once above the turning stone, and the whole plain made the morning feel like home. And even the mountain at the plain's far edge seemed nearer for the love upon the ledge. Golden plain and windmill slow, I found your love and let it go. Into the morning, into the plain, into the love that will when you were young and did not know their name. You said the white had stayed inside you always, and that the white was why you always came. We found them on the February hillside. They're white against the cold and gray sky thin, and you stood still among them without speaking, which was the way that love had always been. Almond trees of February, white and old, where the memory of love is quietly told. I never knew that white could hold a lifetime, until the almond trees gave back the right time. You stood among the white without a word, and the whole plain gave back what we had heard. Even the gray sky above the blossoms seemed warmer for the love that had come to them. If memory has a color it keeps warm, then white is what the almond trees preserve. You're standing still, the cold February plain, the white that came before we thought we deserved. Almond trees of February, white and old, where the love inside the memory takes its hold. I never knew a color could hold a life, until the almond white came through the strife. You smiled once among the February blooms, and the whole plain gave back its quiet rooms, and even the cold of the February air felt warmer for the love that met us there. February white, your hand in mine, I found the memory and felt fine. She stood beside the harbor without pacing, the way that certain love has always stood. She did not check the time or count the hours, because the waiting was completely understood. The boat came round the headland in the morning, and she stood straighter in the only way that 40 years of waiting at the harbor had taught her was the finest thing to say. The fisherman's wife of Porto, Cristo, still and true, where the love that waits is always coming through. I never knew that waiting could feel certain until the wife of Porto Cristo drew the curtain. She stood straighter when the boat appeared, and the whole harbor felt exactly as it cleared. Even the cafe behind us on the stone went quiet as the boat came slowly home. If love has a harbor where it waits, then fold this Porto Cristo morning in. Her standing straighter, the boat coming home, the love that held her through the thin and thin, the fisherman's wife of Porto Cristo, still and true. Where the love that lasts keeps coming home to you. I never knew a harbor could feel like love until the waiting wife stood still enough. You took my hand beside the cafe table, and the whole harbor kept us in its fable. And even the sea that brought the fishing boat came softer past the harbor for our note. Harbor waiting, love come home. I found the love that never roams. You came to the balcony without a reason, and stood above the bay without a word. The moon below was doing what moons do quietly, and all of it was more than we deserved. I brought the last of the evening to the railing, and we stood together in the softest air. And all the years of everything between us were lighter in the moonlight standing there. Moonlight over Palma Bay, soft and wide, where the love that stays finds somewhere warm to hide. I never knew the night could feel like resting until the Palma moonlight gave its blessing. You leaned against the railing in the dark, and the whole bay kept every quiet mark. Even the cathedral on the harbor hill seemed softer in the moonlight standing still. love has a balcony above the sea, then fold this Palma moonlight in the best. You're leaning the bay, the midnight air, the railing and the love that needs no rest. Moonlight over Palma Bay, soft and wide, where the tired heart lays its burdens at the tide. I never knew a night could feel this known, until the moonlight made the bay our own. You smiled once above the midnight water, and the whole bay gave what the night had brought her. And even the moon above the cathedral seemed closer for the night we stood together. Midnight bay and moonlight still, I found your love and always will. You picked one yellow lemon from the lowest branch and held it to the morning light to see. You said the yellow of a Mallorca lemon was the finest kind of color to be free. I thought of all the years of gray and hurrying, and how this single yellow in the sun was more than all the brightness we had chased for, and how the chasing finally was done. The lemon grove at Bunyola, golden near, where the tired heart finds everything most dear. I never knew that yellow could mean tender, until the lemon morning gave its splendor. You held the lemon to the warm June sun, and the whole grove felt like something just begun. Even the old man on the passing tractor smiled for the love that was its own best factor. If sweetness has a grove of gold to give, then keep this Bunyola morning at the top. Your lemon the grove, the old man's wave, the yellow and the love that will not stop. The lemon grove at Bunyola, gold and near, where the love between us finally becomes clear. I never knew a grove could feel like grace, until Bunyola gave its golden place. You smiled once above the yellow tree, and the whole grove gave what the heart could see. And even the mountain behind the valley seemed warmer for the morning walked so slowly. Lemon morning, golden tree, I found your love and felt free. You stood before the monastery quietly and let whatever needed to appear. I did not ask because the morning told me that some loves need the silence to be near. And everything the years had put between us, the distance and the words we did not say, came softer in the Valdemossa morning, the way that old things soften in the May. An old love in Valdemossa, still and true, where the monastery keeps what once was you. I never knew that stone could hold a feeling until Valdemossa gave its gentle healing. You stood before the door without a word, and the whole village held what we had heard. Even the morning bell above the steeple rang softer for the most enduring people. If love has a village where it rests, then fold this Valdemossa morning near. You're standing the monastery door, the stone and the morning that kept us here. An old love in Valdemossa, still and true, where the years between us finally come through. I never knew a village could hold love until Valdemossa gave its gift above. You smiled once before the monastery gate, and the whole village gave what would not wait. And even the memory kept inside came softer for the morning open wide. Monastery bell, old love found. I found Valdemossa and came around. market filled the square with what was needed, and nothing more than what the week allowed. You bought the white flowers without consulting, and I loved you quietly in the Sunday crowd. The old man at the corner bought his flowers for the kitchen table and for nothing more. And I thought of all the Sundays we had given to the ordinary things we still adore. Sunday morning in Pollença, warm and slow, where the love that lasts has nowhere left to go. But here among the flowers and the quiet, where everything between us finds its diet, you walked beside me through the market stalls, and the whole town answered every quiet call. Even the church above the Sunday square rang softer for the love that met us there. If love has a Sunday market where it blooms, then fold this Pollença morning in the warm. Your flowers, the old man, the quiet square, the Sunday and the love that keeps its form. Sunday morning in Pollença, warm and slow, where the weary heart finds somewhere it can go. I never knew a Sunday could feel this right, until the market gave its morning light. You smiled once above the Sunday flower, and the whole town gave its finest hour. And even the mountain above the plain seemed closer for the Sunday love again. Sunday market, white flowers held, I found your love in everything that dwelled. We sat upon the wall above the water, and let the whole of the morning find us there. You said the seawall felt like being certain of something past the reach of usual care. And I thought of all the walls we had between us that crumbled when we finally understood that the only wall worth building was this morning, the one we sat on simply because we could. The seawall at Sant Jordi, old and shore, where the love between us finally finds its cure. I never knew a wall could feel like holding, until the seawall gave its quiet molding. You sat beside me on the ancient stone, and the whole sea made the morning feel less alone. Even the child ahead along the wall seemed lighter for the love that gave its all. If love has a wall above the sea, then fold this Sant Jordi morning in the warm. You're sitting, the water, the wall between us, the blue and the love before the storm. The seawall at Sant Jordi, old and shore, where the tired heart finally finds its shore. I never knew a sea could feel like rest, until you sat beside me at your best. You smiled once above the clear blue water, and the whole wall gave what the morning brought her. And even the sea below the ancient stone came quieter for the love we had known. Seawall, morning blue, I found the wall and found it true. There is a letter I wrote to you in Mallorca, beside the harbor in the afternoon. The words came out more honest than I wanted, because the island light came into the room. I wrote about the years I had not said it, about the mornings I had looked away, about how loving you was the one thing that made the ordinary worth the day. A letter written in Mallorca, kept and near, where the honest words finally appear. I never knew that writing could feel true, until the Mallorca light came shining through. You found the letter in my reading pile, and read it with the quietest of smiles. Even the harbor I had written about was there inside the words, without a doubt. If love has a letter it keeps unsent, then fold this Mallorca one inside your smile, the harbor, the afternoon light. The words I finally let you find. A letter written in Mallorca, kept and near, where the love between us finally becomes clear. I never knew a letter could feel like home until the island gave it voice alone. You smiled once above the old kept pages, and the whole island gave across the ages. And even the afternoon I wrote it in was there again, as if no time had been. Island letter, honest word, I found the love I kept unheard. The island disappeared behind us slowly, getting smaller in the way that good things do. You watched it until it was only memory, the way you always watch the things you love through. And I thought of all the things we had been leaving, through all the years of finding what remains, and how the finest leaving always carries more of what we love than what it drains. The last boat from Cabrera, slow and sure, where the love that endures finds its finest cure. I never knew that going could feel gentle until the Cabrera evening gave its rental. You watched the island until it was gone, and the whole boat kept something to go on. Even the sea between us and the island seemed softer for the leaving we had timed. If love has a boat that carries what is best, then keep this Cabrera evening near the top. You're watching the island growing small, the sea and the love that will not stop. The last boat from Cabrera, slow and sure, where the tired heart finally finds its shore. I never knew a leaving could feel whole until the Cabrera boat steadied my soul. smiled once as the island disappeared, and the whole sea gave what the heart had cleared. And even the evening around the boat kept still for the last island note. Evening boat, island gone, I found your love and carried on. Palma wore the morning like a kindness, the kind that asks for nothing in return. The harbor held the light without a hurry, and I held you the way the patient learn. You poured the coffee with your eyes still sleepy, and pushed the cup toward me without a word. And all the years between us on that table were softer than the morning we had heard. Morning in Palma, gold and slow, where the tired heart finds somewhere it can go. I never knew a morning could feel this kind, until your quiet hand helped ease my mind. You looked at me above the harbor light, and everything that hurt felt less than right. Even the sea forgot its usual tide. It stayed beside us, quiet and wide. If all the years become a shelf of days, keep this one morning behind the finest glass. The coffee and the harbor and your hands, the light, the quiet and the love that lasts. Morning in Palma, gold and slow, where the weary find the rest they need to know. I never knew that love could feel this still, until the Palma morning gave its fill. You smiled once above the morning sea, and the whole harbor kept its peace for me. And even the cathedral on the hill rang softer just because we both stood still. Harbor gold and morning calm, I found your love like an open palm. The cove was green and still before we spoke, the kind of green that old eyes recognize. You took your shoes off on the warm stone quietly, and I remembered you through younger eyes. did not need to say what brought us here. The water said it better than we could. Two people at a cove in the late summer, still finding what they always knew was good. The cove at Cala, green and near, where the tired heart finds what it needs to hear. I never knew that stillness could feel healing until the green cove gave its quiet meaning. You leaned against the warm stone in the sun, and all the years between us became one. Even the water at the shallow edge came softer near us on the rocky ledge. If rest has a cove of green to hold, then keep this Calador morning near. The stone, the water, your hand in mine, the stillness that we came here to find. The cove at Calador, green and near, where the weary find the rest they hold most dear. I never knew a cove could feel like home until the green water ceased to roam. You smiled once above the morning sea, and Calador kept everything for me. And even the pine above the cliff held still as if it too had found its gift. Green cove and morning stone, I found your hand and felt less alone. The orange blossom found us in the valley before we thought to look for anything. You broke a small white bloom from the low branch and said it smelled like the beginning of spring. I thought of all the mornings we had wasted on things that never asked us to return, and how this one small blossom in the valley was more than all the lessons we could learn. Orange blossom in Sóller, white and kind, the finest thing a tired heart can find. I never knew that white could mean forgiving until the blossom gave its reason for living. You held the flower close without a word, and the whole valley gave what we had heard. Even the old tram bell in the square rang softer for the blossom in the air. If sweetness has a valley to be kept, then fold this solar morning in the warm. Your hand, the blossom, the quiet between us, the white that came before the afternoon storm. Orange blossom in Sóller, white and kind, where the weary heart leaves something hard behind. I never knew a blossom could feel like grace until Sóller gave its most unhurried place. You smiled once above the orange grove, and the whole valley gave what the heart wove. And even the mountain behind the trees came closer in the warm and gentle breeze. Orange morning blossom white, I found your love and felt right. The fishermen came in before we woke and left the harbor with the morning done. You poured the coffee at the harbor table and pushed it toward me out of habit, hun. We have done this in so many harbors, through so many years of finding what stays true. And still the coffee in the quiet harbor are the finest things I find beside you. The old port of Alcúdia's salt and gold, where the love that lasts is quietly retold. I never knew a harbor could feel honest until you made the ordinary finest. You wrapped your hands around the coffee cup, and all the harbor filled the morning up. Even the pelican beside us on the stone decided it had nowhere left to roam. If love has a harbor where it rests, then fold this Alcúdia morning in. Your hands, the coffee, the quiet boats, the harbor and the life we chose to begin. The old port of Alcúdia, salt and gold, where the years between us gently unfold. I never knew that love could feel this warm, until the harbor gave us back the form. You smiled once above the fishing boats, and all the morning found its quiet notes, and even the turquoise bay around the quay held still a moment longer for the day. Harbor salt and morning gold, I found your love and felt less old. The mountain in the morning asked for nothing, just that we come and breathe and let things go. You leaned out from the terrace of the Finca and let the mountain do what mountains know. I thought of all the years of noise behind us, of everything that wore the quiet down, and how this single mountain in the morning was quieter than any place in town. The Tramuntana in June, gray and white, where the weary leave their burdens on the hillside. I never knew that stone could feel like shelter, until the mountain gave its warmth in swelter. You breathe the morning air with eyes half closed, and the whole range gave what the tired heart supposed. Even the shepherd on the path below moved slower for the morning's gentle glow. If shelter has a mountain made of stone, then keep this Tramuntana morning near. Your breath, the Finca terrace, the cool air, the mountain and the quiet we found here. The Tramuntana in June, gray and white, where the love that endures finds its deepest tide. I never knew a mountain could feel like rest, until the Tramuntana gave its best. You smiled once above the ancient stone, and the whole range made the morning feel like home. and even the valley below the cliff held still, as if it too had found its gift. Mountain morning, ancient stone, I found your love and came back home. The Café in Deià knew what we needed before we pulled our chairs up to the view. The sea below was dark and barely saying, and everything about the morning new. You ordered for us both without consulting, which is the finest thing that love becomes, when years have made the choosing into knowing, and silence speaks in place of all the sums. A cafe in Deià, still and high, where the love that knows you needs no reason why. I never knew a cafe could feel sacred until Deià gave its morning unabated. You stirred the coffee with the smallest spoon, and the whole village rang its quiet tune. Even the olive tree outside the door seemed glad we had been here so many times before. If love has a table at the top, then fold this Deià morning in the warm. Your order, the coffee, the sea below, the knowing and the love that keeps its form. A cafe in Deià, still and high, where the tired heart finally says goodbye to all the weight it carried through the years, until Deià gave its morning without fears. You smiled once above the silver olive, and all of Deià gave what it could give, and even the sea below the village edge kept still a moment longer on the ledge. Village cafe, olive shade, I found your love and was not afraid. either of us thought to close the door. You sat upon the terrace in the cooling, the way you have so many times before. And I brought the last glass of the evening and sat beside you without needing words, because the lavender was saying something more completely than we two had heard. Lavender evening at the Finca, soft and near, where the tired heart finds what it needs to hear. I never knew that purple could mean resting until the Finca lavender gave its blessing. You breathed the purple in above the terrace, and the whole hillside gave its quiet solace. Even the swallows at the evening rafter flew quieter for the peace we found thereafter. If evenings have a lavender to keep, then fold this Finca evening in the best. Your glass, the cooling air, the purple robe, the terrace and the love that lets us rest. Lavender evening at the Finca, soft and near, where the love that stays is always standing here. I never knew an evening could feel this known until the lavender made the hillside home. You smiled once above the purple robe, and all the Finca let the evening go. And even the harbor far below the hill went darker in a way that felt like still. Lavender evening, purple light, I found your love and felt market gave us only what was real. The bread, the figs, the herbs tied up with string. You move between the stalls without a purpose, the way that being loved makes everything. An old woman sold her eggs without assistance. You bought 24 without asking why. And I thought of all the ordinary mornings that turned out to be how we said goodbye. To all the rushing that had worn turn us thin. The market was the place we could begin. The market in Sineu, warm and old, where the love that lasts is quietly retold. I never knew a market could feel honest until you made the ordinary finest. You held the fig above the morning light, and everything between us felt right. Even the old woman with her careful hands smiled for the love that finally understands. If love has a market where it rests, then keep this signy Wednesday at the front. Your fig, the bread, the old woman's hands, the morning and the ordinary that we want. The market in Sineu, warm and old, where the weary heart comes in from the cold. I never knew a morning could feel like grace until the market gave its unhurried place. You smiled once above the morning stall, and the whole market answered every call. And even the square around the old church gave back the morning from its oldest search. Market morning, your hand in mine, I found the love that stood the test of time. You went into the water before I did, the way the brave go first without a plan. I watched you from the warm stone of the shoreline, and loved the way you moved as only you can. You swam toward the center of the stillness, and then you turned and waved back at the shore. And I thought of all the times you had turned toward me, and how I never needed anything more. Swimming at Formentor, clear and still, where the love that endures finds its quiet fill. I never knew that water could feel like trust until you waved across the bay at us. You turned and waved, and the whole cove knew that everything between us had come true. Even the old pine above of the rocky shore seemed grateful for the love it held in store. If love has a bay where it begins, then keep this Formentor morning near the top. Your wave, the clear water, the warm stone, the swimming and the love that will not stop. Swimming at Formentor, clear and still, where the Mallorca morning gives its finest fill. I never knew a bay could feel like home until you waved and I was not alone. You smiled once above the morning cove, and the whole bay held the love we wove. And even the mountain above the water's edge stayed still to hold the love upon the ledge. Clear bay, your morning wave, I found the love that kept me safe. The windmills turn so slowly in the morning, the way that patience turns without a fuss. And I thought of all the years we had been turning, through everything the world had given us. You leaned against the oldest of the windmills and looked across the plain without a word. And I stood beside you in the warm June silence, which was the finest thing I had ever heard. The windmills of Es Pla, slow and old, where the love that endures is quietly retold. I never knew a windmill could feel patient until you stood beside one most ancient. You rested on the stone in the warm morning, and the whole plain gave its quietest adorning. Even the almond trees along the pathway stood still as if they too had found a safe way. If love has a plane of gold to keep, then fold this Es Pla morning in the warm. You're leaning, the windmill, the quiet plain, the standing still together in the warm. Of Es Pla, slow and old, where the weary heart finds somewhere to be bold. I never knew a plane could feel feel like rest, until you made the windmill morning best. You smiled once above the turning stone, and the whole plain made the morning feel like home. And even the mountain at the plain's far edge seemed nearer for the love upon the ledge. Golden plain and windmills slow, I found your love and let it go into the morning, into the plain, into the love that will remain. You said you saw the almond trees in winter, when you were young and did not know their name. You said the white had stayed inside you always, and that the white was why you always came. We found them on the February hillside. They're white against the cold and gray sky thin, and you stood still among them without speaking, which was the way that love had always been. Almond trees of February, white and old, where the memory of love is quietly told. I never knew that white could hold a lifetime, until the almond trees gave back the right time. You stood among the white without a word, and the whole plain gave back what we had heard. Even the gray sky above the blossoms seemed warmer for the love that had come to them. If memory has a color it keeps warm, then white is what the almond trees preserve. You're standing still, the cold February plain, the white that came before we thought we deserved. Almond trees of February, white and old, where the love inside the memory takes its hold. I never knew a color could hold a life, until the almond white came through the strife. You smiled once among the February blooms, and the whole plain gave back its quiet rooms, and even the cold of the February air felt warmer for the love that met us there. February white, your hand in mine, I found the memory and felt fine. She stood beside the harbor without pacing, the way that certain love has always stood. She did not check the time or count the hours, because the waiting was completely understood. The boat came round the headland in the morning, and she stood straighter in the only way that 40 years of waiting at the harbor had taught her was the finest thing to say. The fisherman's wife of Porto, Cristo, still and true, where the love that waits is always coming through. I never knew that waiting could feel certain until the wife of Porto Cristo drew the curtain. She stood straighter when the boat appeared, and the whole harbor felt exactly as it cleared. Even the cafe behind us on the stone went quiet as the boat came slowly home. If love has a harbor where it waits, then fold this Porto Crystal morning in. Her standing straighter, the boat coming home, the love that held her through the thin and thin. The fisherman's wife of Porto Cristo, still and true, where the love that last keeps coming home to you. I never knew a harbor could feel like love until the waiting wife stood still enough. You took my hand beside the cafe table, and the whole harbor kept us in its fable. And even the sea that brought the fishing boat came softer past the harbor for our note. Harbor waiting, love come home. I found the love that never roams. You came to the balcony without a reason, and and stood above the bay without a word. The moon below was doing what moons do quietly, and all of it was more than we deserved. I brought the last of the evening to the railing, and we stood together in the softest air. And all the years of everything between us were lighter in the moonlight standing there. Moonlight over Palma Bay, soft and wide, where the love that stays finds somewhere warm to hide. I never knew the night could feel like resting until the Palma moonlight gave its blessing. You leaned against the railing in the dark, and the whole bay kept every quiet mark. Even the cathedral on the harbor hill seemed softer in the moonlight, standing still. If love has a balcony above the sea, then fold this Palma moonlight in the best. You're leaning the bay, the midnight air, the railing and the love that needs no rest. Moonlight over Palma Bay, soft and wide, where the tired heart lays its burdens at the tide. I never knew a night could feel this known until the moonlight made the bay our own. You smiled once above the midnight water, and the whole bay gave what the night had brought her. And even the moon above the cathedral seemed closer for the night we stood together. Midnight bay and moonlight still, I found your love and always will. You picked one yellow lemon from the lowest branch and held it to the morning light to see. You said the yellow of a Mallorca lemon was the finest kind of color to be free. I thought of all the years of gray and hurrying, and how this single yellow in the sun was more than all the brightness we had chased for, and how the chasing finally was done. The lemon grove at Bunyola, gold and near, where the the tired heart finds everything most dear. I never knew that yellow could mean tender, until the lemon morning gave its splendor. You held the lemon to the warm June sun, and the whole grove felt like something just begun. Even the old man on the passing tractor smiled for the love that was its own best factor. If sweetness has a grove of gold to give, then keep this Bunyola morning at the top. Your lemon, the grove, the old man's wave, the yellow and the love that will not stop. The lemon grove at Bunyola, gold and near, where the love between us finally becomes clear. I never knew a grove could feel like grace, until Bunyola gave its golden place. You smiled once above the yellow tree, and the whole grove gave what the heart could see. And even the mountain behind the valley seemed warmer, for the morning walked so slowly. Lemon morning, golden tree, I found your love and felt free. You stood before the monastery quietly, and let whatever needed to appear. I did not ask, because the morning told me that some loves need the silence to be near. And everything the years had put between us, the distance and the words we did not say, came softer in the Valdemossa morning, the way that old things soften in the May. An old love in Valdemossa, still and true, where the monastery keeps what once was you. I never knew that stone could hold a feeling, until Valdemossa gave its gentle healing. You stood before the door without a word, and the whole village held what we had heard. Even the morning bell above the steeple rang softer for the most enduring people. If love has a village where it rests, then fold this Valdemosa morning near. You're standing the monastery door, the stone and the morning that kept us here. An old love in Valdemosa still and true, where the years between us finally come through. I never knew a village could hold love until Valdemosa gave its gift above. You smiled once before the monastery gate, and the whole village gave what would not wait, and even the memory kept inside came softer for the morning, open wide. Monastery bell, old love found, I found Valdemosa and came around. The market filled the square with what was needed, and nothing more than what the week allowed. You bought the white flowers without consulting, and I loved you quietly in the Sunday crowd. The old man at the corner bought his flowers for the kitchen table and for nothing more. And I thought of all the Sundays we had given to the ordinary things we still adore. Sunday morning in Pollença, warm and slow, where the love that lasts has nowhere left to go. But here among the flowers and the quiet, where everything between us finds its diet, you walked beside me through the market stalls, and the whole town answered every quiet call. Even the church above the Sunday square rang softer for the love that met us there. If love has a Sunday market where it blooms, then fold this Pollença morning in the warm. Your flowers, the old man, the quiet square, the Sunday and the love that keeps its form. Sunday morning in Pollença, warm and slow, where the weary heart finds somewhere it can go. I never knew a Sunday could feel this right, until the market gave its morning light. You smiled once above the Sunday flower, and the whole town gave its finest hour. And even the mountain above the plain seemed closer for the Sunday love again. Sunday market, white flowers held, I found your love in everything that dwelled. We sat upon the wall above the water and let the whole of the morning find us there. You said the seawall felt like being certain of something past the reach of usual care. I thought of all the walls we had between us that crumbled when we finally understood that the only wall worth building was this morning, the one we sat on simply because we could. The seawall at Sant Jordi, old and sure, where the love between us finally finds its cure. I never knew a wall could feel like holding until the seawall gave its quiet molding. You sat beside me on the ancient stone, and the whole sea made the morning feel less alone. Even the child ahead along the wall seemed lighter for the love that gave its all. If love has a wall above the sea, then fold this Sant Jordi morning in the warm. You're sitting, the water, the wall between us, the blue and the love before the storm. The seawall at Sant Jordi, old and sure, where the tired heart finally finds its shore. I never knew a sea could feel like rest until you sat beside me at your best. You smiled once above the clear blue water, and the whole wall gave what the morning brought her. And even the sea below the ancient stone came quieter for the love we had known. Seawall, morning blue, I found the wall and found it true. in Mallorca, beside the harbor in the afternoon. The words came out more honest than I wanted, because the island light came into the room. I wrote about the years I had not said it, about the mornings I had looked away, about how loving you was the one thing that made the ordinary worth the day. A letter written in Mallorca, kept in the ear, where the honest words finally appear. I never knew that writing could feel true until the Mallorca light came shining through. You found the letter in my reading pile and read it with the quietest of smiles. Even the harbor I had written about was there inside the words without a doubt. If love has a letter it keeps unsent, then fold this Mallorca one inside. Your smile, the harbor, the afternoon light, the words I finally let you find. A letter written in Mallorca, kept and near, where the love between us finally becomes clear. I never knew a letter could feel like home until the island gave it voice alone. You smiled once above the old kept pages, and the whole island gave across the ages. And even the afternoon I wrote it in was there again, as if no time had been. Island letter, honest word, I found the love I kept unheard. The island disappeared behind us slowly, getting smaller in the way that good things do. You watched it until it was only memory, the way you always watch the things you love through. And I thought of all the things we had been leaving, through all the years of finding what remains, and how the finest leaving always carries more of what we love than what it drains. The last boat from Cabrera slow and sure, where the love that endures finds its finest cure. I never knew that going could feel gentle until the Cabrera evening gave its rental. You watched the island until it was gone, and the whole boat kept something to go on. Even the sea between us and the island seemed softer for the leaving we had timed. If love has a boat that carries what is best, then keep this Cabrera evening near the top. You're watching the island growing small, the sea and the love that will not stop. The last boat from Cabrera, slow and sure, where the tired heart finally finds its shore. I never knew a leaving could feel whole until the Cabrera boat steadied my soul. You smiled once as the island disappeared, and the whole sea gave what the heart had cleared. And even the evening around the boat kept still for the last island note. Evening boat, island gone, I found your love and care.